Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ant-Man channel on this Friday, the 28th of June, 2013. I notice I move a lot in my chair when I do these things, so I'm going to try to be, and I'm doing it right now. I didn't even mean to. But anyways, I'm going to try to read through this one pretty quickly. If you guys are fans of Hobby Lobby, you guys are going to really like this one. This is under WND Faith, written by Bob Unruh. Court opposes Obama on abortion mandate. Rules government demand creates substantial burden on company. I've never even heard of Hobby Lobby, but I know some people that like it, and I know that they are like a pretty Christian, or they are Christian that own that own the company, and that they are very, you know, they stand on that belief. They stand on the rock. They don't compromise. Here we go into this article. The federal appeals court in Denver has ruled against the Obamacare abortion mandate that forces religious business owners to violate their beliefs by paying for abortifacients. That's like asking a Christian, do you want to convert to Satanism, son? Do you want me to give you a robe so that you could come to Bohemian Grove with us on the days that we go and we sacrifice people? Don't tell anybody. But anyway, the ruling from the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ordered the case returned to the district court level for swift resolution of the request by the owners of Hobby Lobby for an injunction until the dispute fully is resolved. The district court previously refused to allow the injunction, and even Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, I guess, told the company owners to start paying for abortifacients for their employees in direct violation of their faith. However, the 10th Circuit took the case with the unusual step that the full court would hear the arguments rather than a three-judge panel. In their decision, the court said Hobby Lobby has established the likelihood of success that their rights under this statute are substantially burdened by the contraceptive coverage requirement and have established an irreparable harm. The case is just one of more than 5 dozen pending in U.S. courts now challenging Obama's demand that employers may pay for abortifacients for their employee regardless of their religious faith and beliefs. No, Christian, you get to the back of the bus nowadays, you know? Christian, get to the back of the bus, okay? There's no room for you here in America no more. Majority rules, bro. It's a democracy. Hardly a democracy anymore when the talking points are controlled by the establishment media that are working for the banking cartel. So, anyways, the case is just one of more than 5 dozen pending court. A 5-judge majority on the court said the mandate creates a substantial burden because if the owners do not comply with Obama's demands based on their religious beliefs, they would be subjected to millions of dollars in fines annually. Is that all they can do? Is threaten you with a lawsuit? I know that a lot of the principals at these public schools fell for that when being told that they would have to teach evolution and Big Bang Theory garbage, or that they would just get sued with, you'd get sued even though you wouldn't win in court suing someone for something like that. They intimidate you. You know what sucks is that when you go to court, these things are like full-time jobs, man. Fighting a case in court is very demanding. It takes all your time, takes all your energy, and no one wants to go through that type of inconvenience. And that's what the government tries to push you around with, is legal issues. Because these people can go to court and they can pay for all of that. They can pay for lawyers. They can pay for all that stuff. So they pick on us because we're the middle class. And when you really think about it, the teachers and the firefighters and the police, these should be the heroes of our society, but they've been turned against us, like the lawyers. And well, not the teachers so much. I think that teachers are do-gooders, but they're like a lot of the Masonic Lodge. They think that they're getting into the do-gooders club, and then they realize that it's all been corrupted from the inside out, and that they probably wake up halfway into their career, and some of them just put the blinder back on and keep going, but others, they stand up, and those are the type of people that we need nowadays. The judges also said the government did not satisfy the requirement to show that any burden on the religious exercise of the plaintiffs was overridden by some compelling government interest of that it was, or that it was imposed in the least intrusive way possible. We should bring back the old Roman type of laws. Like if you were super rich, you still have to contribute a percentage, because I like that idea way more, because see, like the rich people can't pick on the poor people. And I'm not talking about the regular rich people, I'm talking about the elite rich people, like the secret society rich people, the super class rich people. Can't let these people push you around. We need Roman virtues again, like virtus and pietas, you know, where we get the words virtue and piety from. Only in the Roman, they thought of virtus as, they actually defined it as manliness. Virtue is just virtue over here, you know, it's just what you know. You know what I mean? Like how Jesus said, I felt virtue leave my body when the woman of the issue of blood came and touched him. It's what you know, bro. You got to be free in here first before you're free out here. The court pointedly noted that Obama's administration has exempted tens of millions of people from the same mandate, so to do so for Hobby Lobby hardly would create an impact. The American Center for Law and Justice was one of the dozens of organizations that filed friend of the court briefs in the dispute. We are pleased with the outcome of this case, especially because the 10th Circuit majority tracks the arguments we presented. The group said, these are the same arguments we have presented in the other mandate cases in which we are involved. The Green family, owners of the chain of hundreds of stores in 40 states, said, through the Beckett Fund for Religious Liberty, they are optimistic. Well, yeah, what are the, you know, what happened to religious liberty anymore? You know, you're not allowed to force someone to do something that they're not allowed to, I mean, you have to have some respect for that. That's called property. Go read it. It's James Madison on property. Go look it up. That what you believe in is also your property. No one can take that from you. No one's allowed to say, that's some Soviet Union, you know, Hitler, Nazi, Germany stuff, dude, to be telling you what you're allowed to think and all that. I can't be doing that. My family and I believe very strongly in our conviction that life begins at conception, and the emergency contraceptives that we would be forced to provide in our employee health plan under this mandate are contrary to that conviction, said David Green, founder. We believe that business owners should not have to be forced to choose between following their faith and following the law. Well, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, render unto God what is God's. What is God's? That is God's, you know. You can't tell me, support abortion, you know, and pay for it at your church and all that. No. What? that's asking a little, like, that's kind of, that's like you're trying to step on my toes there, bro. Like, you're trying to get in a fight or what? Like, you can't be asking me to do that. Unless you're joking. Hobby Lobby is the largest business so far to file a lawsuit against the Health and Human Services mandate under Obamacare. But it is just one of many plaintiffs who make up more than 60 lawsuits launched already. Other plaintiffs include Colorado Christian University, Ave Maria University, and Wheaton College of Illinois. We hold that Hobby Lobby and Mardell, a related company, are entitled to bring claims under the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, have established a likelihood of success that their rights under this statute are substantially burdened by the contraceptive coverage requirement, and have established an irreparable harm. Let me see how much time I have here. I have enough time. It's almost over. You know, I do investigate into stuff, you know, but what I'm doing here is I'm just reading journalism. That's all my channel's really about. I just read you journalism, you know. I can go out and investigate for myself as well, you know. If you read the Bible, that's investigating. If you pay attention to politics, and I'm not talking about CBS, I'm talking about online, the only way that you could get really good news, trustworthy news, is to go online and know where to get it. Do your history. If you want to find out about creation, do some science. You know what I mean? The problem with man nowadays is that we focus too much on what we can do. Like Anderson Silva can knock guys out at the blink of an eye. But even though how amazing that is, if you look around in the wilderness or in the atmosphere or outside in your backyard or whatever, grow a garden or whatever, you will see some amazing stuff, man, and you will be like, man, someone had to create this. There's no way that this plant is so ridiculously complex and that it cannot just be by itself like that, because the evolutionists believe that everything came from just natural selection, which doesn't make sense. How do you come from just dying off? That doesn't add to anything. Anyways, I could go on about evolution and Big Bang Theory being ridiculous, but I'm going to just read this. The 165-page opinion said Hobby Lobby has standing to sue, and the Anti-Injunction Act does not apply. The opinion also said the majority holds that the district court erred in finding that Hobby Lobby has not demonstrated a likelihood of success. The judges noted that the company owners established their work on Christian principles and continue to run them that way, refusing to open on Sundays or engage in business activities that promote alcohol use. The company also buys newspaper ads inviting people to know Jesus as Lord and Savior. The court noted that the law allows exemptions to Obamacare for religious employers, but religious for-profit companies like Hobby Lobby were deliberately targeted for the requirement. The plaintiffs assert that because more than 13,000 individuals are insured under the Hobby Lobby plan, Obamacare fines would total at least $1.3 million per day, or almost $475 million per year. The fines, combined with the fact that the government was unable to show it had narrowly tailored the requirement, means the government's argument must fail, the court said. In addition, the Supreme Court has settled that individuals have free exercise rights with respect to their for-profit businesses. In short, individuals may incorporate for religious purposes and keep the free exercise rights, and unincorporated individuals may pursue profit while keeping their free exercise rights. The court said the government has the idea that when individuals incorporate but are not tax exempt under the IRS code, free exercise rights somehow disappear. Ooh, magic wand. Isn't that how they operate on like every level though? If you're ignorant of the current events, they just wave racist if you don't go along with what they say. But the judges said religious expression and religious conduct can be communicated by individuals and for-profit corporations alike. Several other district judges have ordered that the abortion mandate not be enforced against individual companies until the dispute is resolved. But the government is appealing the decisions. Let's just be honest for a second. Obamacare is a plan to get the middle class destroyed. They're trying to destroy the middle class with the Obamacare thing, because once they can get us all government dependent, they can then, hit all the kill switches on everything, our water, our everything, you know what I mean? So, you guys, I know politics are hard to understand, especially if you're watching Fox News all the time. You're never going to get it watching that. I know that it's hard to understand what's going on, but if you really do pay attention, it only took me about a year to catch up, a year and a half, but if you start just looking at stuff, you will see that it's all engineered. It's all, all this democracy that we're doing in this country, democracy of all these mafia groups that are played off against people who are just, obeying the law, minding their own business. All of this stuff in history has repeated itself over and over again. It always ends up with communism or socialism. We're practically are communist and socialist already, with the militarization of the police. Duh! Yes, sir. That's the cops nowadays. I'm not gonna name anybody, but I know people who want to be cops and that they're gonna start training to be cops. And these people are like the dumbest people I know. I love them. I love my friends, dude, every single one of them. But the ones that I know that want to be cops don't know anything about politics. They don't stand for anything. They're totally atheist. Duh. This is what, this is how the communist type of things happen in history, is that you don't know your history, you don't know philosophy, you don't know ethics, you don't know science, you don't know all kinds of things. You're just ignorant, and all that matters to you is, hey, what's Kanye West doing, bro? And every time I talk to somebody on Facebook or something, and they're like a regular hipster kid nowadays, like whatever, and they're talking to me, it's like trendy to not even type your entire words. It's trendy to sound like you're ridiculously retarded. It's like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, can't you just spell right? Can't you just put sentences together the way that they're supposed to be? The whole dumbing down of the language, all of that stuff it didn't just happen overnight for no reason randomly. It was engineered that way. We're all dumbed down, unfortunately. I was conditioned for a while. I'll admit it. I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to be an EMT and I'm going to work for the government. Until they wanted me to sign with FEMA, and I was like, all right, you just, later. I'll see you guys later. I'm not going to snitch on people because they have a gun rack in their house, and I'm not going to, if you've seen some of the stuff I've seen in the hospitals, dude, you wouldn't believe it. But, anyways, if you've never been to my channel, I'm just going to have to cut this one short real quick. But subscribe to the Ant-Man channel. You guys are awesome. And have a blessed day. Peace.